is obviously the utilizations of those revitalizers on both sides, but this time around too, you still have a lot of options on both ends.
Game number 1, do or die, now or never for the Bees, up against ONIC Philippines.
Welcome to
a
Mobile
huge and daunting
Legends.
task that they have to face to stay alive as we enter the land of dawn. This is ONIC Philippines versus AP BREN.
All right. This is a game wherein we definitely need to pay attention to the team fights that are going to take place, since both of their lineups are pretty much designed for team fights. They really want to go in and pour in all those resources, considering the amount of setups and control that they have, AoEs here and there. So let's see how they allow for their gold laners to operate, since there definitely are a lot of ways for them to do so.
I honestly, this is the first time I'm feeling the atmosphere of the arena. I can feel the drums. A lot are supporting ONIC, but now they're trying to go for Kekedot. Didn't pop the Revitalize yet, so no resources expended.
Yeah, good thing that he held on to that. I was actually expecting him to pop it, so he'll get back. No one going down just yet.
Oh.
Little action there too. King Kong trying to get what he can from this side of the jungle. But ultimately, nothing just yet. So part of this as well for AP BREN, as they force Kirk out of here.
That's the electrifying beats already used onto Kirk, but look at the response from Brusco and King Kong. Ogi Shadow Kill to turn things around and take down James Pass instead. Kekedot trying to chase after the kill, but he will be punished as well, or maybe not, if he still gets to somehow find his way, but Brusco denies him of doing so.
A family that stays together, dominates together, and with that 2-kill swing, ONIC Philippines has a clear advantage towards the early game. Now they have to wait again for their power spike for the side of the Bees. Give enough pressure for James Panks to be able to roam around his own jungle and not get invaded.
Wow.
And later on, he'll help Shizu stack up with his Granger.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the part, you know, that I was saying. Like before this first turtle comes up, typically you, with the lineup that they have, you don't want to really go down, but then they force that fight. Chasing Kirk, and now another fight.
Look at all the damage being thrown by Super Prince. Dare is already down, and there will be no one to zone and find their way through. ONIC Philippines secures the turtle, and AP BREN, they're down by 3 kills already.
Interesting to know that Super Prince did not opt for the rapid boots.
Oh,
what?
2-man knockup from the title strike, and now Kekedot, he's forced to go in, immediately gets taken out by King Kong, and Dare's just trying to sustain everyone that they can just potentially walk away as James Pass, he goes in, uses the electrifying beats, and finds a trade onto Brusco.
Yeah, they had to do something there. They like AP BREN can't just let ONIC Philippines continue to do that under the 3-minute mark. You know, you can't have these multiple members planning themselves in your side of the jungle. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, look at the damage coming in from King Kong and Super Prince. Not even a Valentina under the turret gets to survive.
That long, oh, wait a minute. Kelro versus Shizu is going to be 1v1. Who's going to win this?
He still wins the 1v1. And the immediate response coming in from each and every member of ONIC Philippines. That's what you call the super fam.
This is what I'm saying, man. They are the team that likes to fight early if they're forced into it. And even that, I mean, think about it. In all the games we've seen, when was the last time we see that early of a gold 1v1 actually break out? Most of the gold laners just farm up until the objectives later on, or they need to be part of the fight.
It's interesting. It's a Harith and a Granger who usually, as you mentioned, just play it safe. But now there is another pickoff that is being carried out by ONIC Philippines. Chopskirt somehow dodges the shadow, but that was a close call once again for the Bees.
ONIC Philippines, this team is literally showing that they don't have breaks.
Yeah.
Every opportunity that their ultimates are done, cooldown, they're gonna hit it. Brusco's gonna look for a proper target. Might it be Kekedot, even the tankiest heroes like Kekedot and they're not afraid to burst down anyone because they know that they can do anything at this point.
This is where AP BREN has to step up. They have to be able to go ahead and either decide, do we want to slow things down? Oh, they go in again.
Dare decides to go in, but he fails to stun people with its Dark Wave. And now the electrifying feats. It feels as if nothing happened. ONIC Philippines are too tanky, and they can just not even notice the damage that this Joy that James Pack decided to throw out, but now they still decided to fight, and that might be not a good call for AP BREN as Dare eventually falls. King Kong uses the Ogi Shadow Kill, and Chop Skirt steals away the Glorious Pathway, but Super Prince 2 finds his way and kills Shizu!
With the lethal ignition, Shizu wasn't able to escape, and now it's just Chop Skirt and James Pax. All bases covered, no trades, and every single thing ONIC is doing is bearing fruit for them. Now they're trying to go for the invades, putting enough pressure again onto the middle lane, eventually going to be able to take it down, but King Kong showing lightning and thunder onto James Pax. He wants a 1v1, but Brusco is here to make sure that the job is done. James Pax, however, will be able to walk away.
Yeah, and this is what we're going to expect from ONIC Philippines, a team like them. They get this kind of lead. I mean, even look at the gold leaderboard here. They're going to continue to put pressure. They are a team that likes to do that, just like the likes of, for example, TLPH that does that too, and they will not let up. So for AP BREN to be able to not let this game get out of hand, and then you're facing a 10 to 12 minute loss, you have to look at where can they actually start to crawl back into the game. It's slipping so quickly out of their hands. You're talking about a 4K deficit already at this point. So for AP BREN, trying to catch up, trying to hold on, and one of the difficult things about that is when you have a Hayabusa across from you and a Farsa, most often than not, you're going to be pressured under your turret, so you don't even really have a safe haven to run to. So you have to start to think, all right, how do we actually win these fights or withstand the damage? And it comes down to the mechanics of being able to survive that, but then get back into this game. And so it's a waiting game for AP BREN. They really have to be able to extend things out. If they even show and try to fight this turtle, they're probably going to lose that fight too. So better for them to just kind of focus where they can across the map.
Yeah, and this is somehow a Joy. So you somehow get better wave or side control if you wanted to, but Brusco goes in. He doesn't want any other option to happen for AP BREN. Kekadon, will he eventually make it out alive? It's a no, because ONIC Philippines, they just burst him down.
You know, at this point, I'm actually confused if the title strike is actually the AOG, because that title strike looked like an AOG when it connected to 4.
Every single member under the turret at that. And now that's easy access for the Super Fam to immediately convert into turrets in as early as 7 minutes of the game, taking this huge of a lead against AP BREN.
You know, Kalea's almost like what Garakacha wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's got the AOG, but it was almost to the point where they were like, man, we kind of messed up with Garakacha. Let's just make a new hero.
What Garakacha wanted to be.
You know what I mean? Like, and like, because like you could picture Garakacha being the one to like grapple people and throw them, you know, with the tsunami slam, but at least he can jump into the air.
Yeah, there are so many more things you can do as the Kalea compared to the Katot. Even when you're behind or when you're trying to look for an angle. Oh my goodness, but this isn't looking too good for AP BREN. Even there, he's not able to sustain the damage anymore. Coming in from Kelra, who currently is probably so up high there in terms of gold.
And now you can see AP BREN is just literally reactive to what ONIC Philippines has been doing. Chovsker picked up his own glorious pathway. With all bases covered, ONIC is just trying to steal away jungle creeps, depriving James Pax. Right now, he's currently level 11. There's a conceal.
Oh, a 3-man knockup once again. Is it the AOG or not? We don't know anymore, but what we know is that they're fighting under the turret, and somehow Kelra is taken down by AP BREN. But King Kong's making sure that he will be able to take a trade, but Kekadon, he has the sustain.
Okay. This time, we finally learned that ONIC, 2 turrets is just too much. 1 turret is enough, 2 turrets might be too much for them.
Yeah, and so that's the thing that AP BREN has to do. ONIC's going to do that all day, all game. And if they can punish ONIC Philippines, then that might be the opening for AP BREN and a part of the plan of just buying more time. Because really, it's ONIC Philippines' choice with the lineup that they have to force things under the turret. Like we mentioned, this Lord is up. It's probably just going to go freely over to them, still holding on to about almost a 7,000 gold lead. But like I said, for AP BREN, eventually at some point, if they can stay in the game here.
Yep.
Shizu should be online. You know, Chove Skirt might be able to pump out some of the damage too. And then James Panks can play the macro that we've seen Joy do a lot of the times. Malefic Roar is being picked up now by Shizu. So Lord is secured. We're going to have to see if AP BREN actually is capable of defending here, though.
Yeah, it's a 0-3-1 for Shizu, though. So it might be a bigger problem than we think for AP BREN to eventually find their way back into this game. But at least they still have their Holy Shields intact. But look at Prince just forcing a reaction out of everyone from AP BREN. And to think that the Lord hasn't even arrived just yet.
That's a pressure feathered airstrike. Literally applying pressure to AP BREN might even be able to bait out some of the skills, especially the Purify from Shizu here, as they also take down the second tier mid lane turret. Lord sieging in onto the bottom. Holy Shields on the middle lane will be Pop, looking to target the bottom lane next. Let's see if Brusco will be able to cast that Tidal Strike once again. Not gonna continue it, but the Glorious Pathway will be casted by Kirk to make sure they take down at least one inhibitor. King Kong!
Oh, okay. We thought he could be the one to start things up, but apparently they're just playing it safe. Now they want to transition toward the mid lane, and this might just be the time for them to do so. AOG, counter AOG from Gekazon, knocking up multiple members of ONIC Philippines, but he is the first to fall. And now Chove Skirt as well is gone, and the Yogi Shadow kill just keeps connecting onto every single member of AP BREN. And now they finally find a way to put an end to Game 1.